Remember, the situation is where there is no space for two cars. Many learners, like I said, they get confused on those situations. Now let's talk about who has the priority on those situations. So you're driving on the road where is parked cars on both sides, okay? And there is no space for two cars. So on those situations, who has the priority? The answer is no one has priority. So how to deal with that? How do we deal with those on those situations? So who has the priority? The answer is no one has priority. So how do you deal with that? The way you deal with it is you take the control and you prepare yourself to stop for the other car. That's the best way to deal with it. As you are stopping, if they stop for you, it's a bonus. You carry on going. If they don't, it doesn't matter because we are stopping anyway. We are preparing ourselves to stop. If you have that mentality and if you have that way of dealing with the situation, you can't go wrong. Because if you think, well, they have the gap, they should stop, and they don't stop, and you go as well, what's going to happen? You're both going to end up facing each other, and no one's going to have the space. This road, parked cars on both sides. Car coming, there is a gap here. I go into the gap and carry on going. Always look for the gaps. Those situations, road here, I need to look for the gaps. Gaps on my side, gaps on the opposite, because remember, I'm going to take the control and I'm going to give way. Because the question was, who has the priority? No one does. The way to deal with it is you take the control and you give way going to a gap. I'm going to go this way. This road again. Any car coming? If there is a car coming, I'm going to go into the gap. As you can see here, it's so narrow. What if there's a car coming now? If there's a car coming, I will wait in that gap. I would wait in the opposite, before the opposite. So I would stop here. Okay. I would allow them to go in there. And then when they go in, I will carry on going. Okay. Or I could go in to this gap. I go into the gap and stick my nose out, wait for the other car. So I went in and I stick my nose out. Why is that? So if there's a car coming now, I went in, but I didn't go close to the pavement and I didn't go close to the parked car, and I stick my nose out a little bit. Why? If I go too close to the pavement, car behind is going to think I am parking. If I go too close to the parked car, I'm going to be too close and I'm not going to be able to get out, and my view is going to be restricted. And I stick my nose out so the car behind knows exactly what I'm doing. My car becomes a signal. Okay, there's nobody behind, so I'm explaining. Okay, so after the car gone, I looked at the mirrors and I carry on going. Okay, and that's how you do it. Remember, don't go too close to the parked car. So like I said, you're going to take the control. If the gap is on your side of the road, you go into the gap and you do three things. Okay, number one, you don't go too close to the pavement, you don't go too close to the parked car, and you stick your nose out. Three things: not too close to the pavement, not too close to the parked car, and stick your nose out. Why? If you go too close to the pavement, car behind is going to think you are parking. If you go too close to the parked car, your view is going to be restricted and you're not going to be able to get out. Also, you stick your nose out. Why? So that the car behind knows exactly what you're doing. Also, you could see who's coming from the other side. Okay? Okay? Look at the road. Look how narrow the road is. Okay? Those roads, make sure you just drive in the middle and keep looking. If there's a car coming, there's a gap here, there's a gap opposite. Okay? If I'm going to stop on the opposite, I stop here, they go into the gap. Many learners, they do fail because they keep pushing. They don't know how to deal with the situation. So they keep going. They think that, well, they hope the car coming from the opposite will stop, and they don't stop. And then you will fail your driving test. And it's also, unless you know how to deal with the situation, it's actually stressful because you will be dealing with that every day in your life. And if you don't know how to deal with it, and if you keep pushing, your driving life becomes very stressful. If you take the control, it's just a matter of a few seconds, 10, 15 seconds, they're gone, you carry on going. Driving is all about knowing, having the knowledge, and then putting that knowledge into practice. If you don't have the knowledge, then you don't really know how to deal with the situation because you don't actually have the knowledge of the situation. how to deal with it. Car coming, I go into the gap. Okay, they flashed. Now because they flashed, I'm going to look if it's safe and I'm going to go. Okay, I was about to stop, but I didn't need to because they allowed me to go. I'm going to go left here. The other thing is, this is road again. Is anyone coming? I'm going to drive in the middle. If there is someone coming, I'm going to keep looking for the gaps, and I'm going to be using the gaps to allow others. There is a car coming, I could see. Can you see a car coming? There is. Okay. Is there space? I'm going to go, and I'm going to go into the space here. Okay. While they're waiting, mirror, I'm going to take the advantage. If they didn't, I was prepared to stop on the left. Okay. I'm going to thank them. If you thank others for allowing you to go, don't take your hands off the wheel and thank. You just take your hands on the top if you want and just say thank you like that, but have both hands on the wheel. Okay? Don't let the wheel go. Even signaling, use your fingers. Don't take your hands off from the wheel. Is anybody coming? There is another car coming, I could see. Okay? I just saw. I'm going to go in like they did. Okay? Allow them to go. Okay, mirror, and carry on going. Good. Drive in the middle. Give them the space. Give them the space. Carry on going. Okay, they're going left or stopping. Looks like it. They're going left. And there's a car coming. Can you see? Okay, so what am I going to do? I'm going to take the control. I'm going to go in behind the van, not too close to the pavement, and stick my nose out. I'm going to wait. First gear. I'm going to put mirror. They allow me to go. Make sure it's safe. Don't flash. If others flashes you, make sure it's safe for you to go, but don't flash. You just stop for them and give them eye contact. That's good enough. That is good enough for you to let them know that you are stopping. There's a car coming. Okay, there's a gap opposite. They have their gap. Okay, good. We'll stop here just quickly. Okay, so just to remind few things. So situation where there is no space for two car because parked cars or bus or road work, because of that, the road becomes narrow. On those situations, who has priority? No one does. Who's going to take control? You are. Because if you do, you can't go wrong. Why? Because you are trying to stop anyway, allowing them to go. If they allow you to go, no problem. We just look at the mirrors, we carry on going. If they don't stop, no problem, because we are already preparing ourselves to stop for them anyway. How do we stop? Not too close to the pavement, not too close to the parked car, and stick our nose out. And I gave you the reasons why, okay? Make sure you remember those things. If you remember those things and having the knowledge of the situation, you'll never go wrong and you'll never be stressed because you know how to deal with the situation. The other thing is, don't flash for others to go. You just stop, stick your nose out, give them an eye contact. That's good enough. If you flash, you will fail your driving test because that's not a signal. You shouldn't invite others to go. They should make their own mind up. You shouldn't make their mind up for them. Okay? So if you stop for them, allow them to go, give them an eye contact, that's good enough. They will go. If they don't go, that means they're allowing you to go. You look at the mirrors, you carry on going. If somebody else flashes you, which you can't control, people will do that. What do? You look at the mirrors, make sure it's safe for you to go, and then you carry on going. Don't take too long though. Just briefly, quickly, anyone there, and go. They're actually asking you to go, but it's not a signal for you to go according to the book. Why? Because when they flash, do they say your name on their car? They don't, do they? So they flash. You are there. There could be a motorbike. There could be a cyclist. There could be somebody about to cross the road. When they flash, the person about to cross the road, the bike, what do you think they're thinking? They're also thinking maybe the flash is to me. They start to go, you start to go, the bike starts to go. What's going to happen? Can you see what I'm trying to say? This is why flash is not a signal. If somebody allows you to go by flashing their headlights, what do? You look at the mirrors if it's safe, make sure there's no bike, make sure there's nobody crossing the road, make sure there's nobody is misled by the flashing headlights, and then you go. Okay, that's one. The other one is, if you want to thank them, give them a smile as you're passing. That's the best way. Eye contact, give them a smile, that's enough. If you want to thank them by your hand, don't take your hands off from the wheel and thank, because maximum time you should have both hands on the wheel. That's what the advice is in the highway code, is asking you to have both hands on the wheel. If you want to thank them, Take your hands on the top and just thank them like that, instead of taking your hands off and say, because then you have one wheel, one hand on the wheel. You should have both hands on the wheel. So if you want to thank them, like I said, best way is to give them an eye contact, give them a smile. That's enough. If not, take your hands on the top and just say like that, but have both hands on the wheel. Is that okay? Let's go on a little bit more driving. There is a car coming. Can you see? Okay, I'm going to use the gap on my side and I'm going to wait here. Or they're actually parking. I'm going to go. So before I go, what did I do? Mirrors and carry on going. Okay. I hope you now know exactly what you need to do and how to deal with the situation. There's a car coming. Did you see that? What am I going to do? What did I do? Went to the gap quickly. As soon as the car went, I went looking at the mirrors. There's a car coming. No space for two car. I wait. Mirror, mirror. Before the other one, I could make it. Done. Okay. I'm going to go right next road. The other thing is try to make quick decision, okay? Okay, I'm going to go right here. There you go. Anyone coming? There is a car coming. I got the space. Here, I have the space for two cars, so I'm going to be going. Okay, but over there is no space for two cars. So if there is a car coming, I have to read the road well ahead and make sure I know there is a car coming now. There's a red car. So what am I going to do? Okay, there's gaps opposite. So I'm going to use, they have the gap. Can you see? Hopefully. Can you see? They're going in there. And if I need to stop, I would stop around here. Okay, there's a car coming now. I'll stop here. Done. Okay, I'm going to stop here. I don't need to go in because they have a gap on their side. Okay, mirror, mirror. They flashed as well, like I said, like people's going to do that. Okay, now if the gap is on your side as well as on their side, then don't go into your gap. Why? Because there's a gap on their side. You just stop opposite the gap and they go into the gap and carry on going. So imagine this is a road. All these are parked cars. There's a gap here and there's a gap there. There's a car coming and this is your car. If you are in this situation where there's gaps on both sides, no point going into your gap. Because if you do, because there is a gap, the car behind is going to think maybe you are parking and they're going to start to go around. Okay, so if you have gap on your side as well as opposite and there's a car coming, stop here. Stop about there, opposite the gap, so they could go into the gap and you carry on going. If there's no gap here, maybe there's another car here, then what you do is you go in to your gap and stick your nose out. Okay, so let me make it clear again quickly. If the gap is only on your side, you go into your gap, stick your nose out. But if you have gap on both sides and there's a car coming, then don't go into your gap. You stop opposite the gap around here. They could go into their gap and you carry on going. I hope that makes sense. Is any car coming in this road? Again, this road, narrow, parked cars on both sides. Drive in the middle, giving them space on the left, giving space on the right. If there's a car coming, look for the gaps on both sides. If the gap is on your side, you go in on your side. If the gap is opposite, you stop opposite the gap. Okay, there's a van. Okay, I'm going to wait here. The gap they have, I'll stop opposite the gap. They'll go into the gap. Mirror, mirror, carry on going. There's another car coming. I'm going to keep driving. There's another car. Okay, they have the gap on their side. There's a van coming. I'm going to stop around here. I don't need to go in. The van is waiting, mirror, mirror. I'm going to take the advantage. So as I'm stopping, the van stopped. What did I do? I just took the advantage. Okay. Hi, if you are learning to drive or you are training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you. So if you're a learner, we have an online course for you for manual and automatic. And if you're training to become a driving instructor, we have an online course for you for your ADI Part 2 and ADI Part 3. Please check the description for the links of the courses. Have a look and have a read. If you like it, you could always join the course. Okay, so I hope the video helped and I hope you understand the subject, what I'm trying to explain in this video. Like I said, many learners, they do get confused in this situation and they do fail the driving test. They just don't know how to deal with it. They just don't know who has the priority. Many times this subject is actually ignored. It's not explained by many, and because of that, many learners, they don't actually have the knowledge of the subject, and they don't know how to deal with it. Even though they know how to drive the car, but because they don't have the knowledge of the situation, of the subject, no one spoken, no one talked to them about the subject, they just get confused when they're dealing with it. And they're hoping the other car's going to stop, and the car doesn't stop. What's going to happen? So I hope you understand the situation. I hope the video helps. Thank you for watching. If you like the video, please do give a thumbs up. Please do make a comment what you think of the video. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so don't miss any of my future videos. And hope to see you again on the next video. Bye for now.